before I begin my tale, I just want to thank all of you for showing up, showing out, and being there for me. The events of the other day kind of got to me, but all the love, all the messages, all the we ride at dawn bitches, we got your back. You guys, you got it jump started back up again. I was determined to have a good day today, and I had a day today. It was good. It was scary. It was revealing. There were boobs. And now that I probably got about 75% of your attention at the word boobs, it is time for another episode of The Adventures with a Home Health Aide. And I have said it once, and Lord bless it and keep it, I will say it again. Elderly individuals have no damn chill. Elderly individuals, they have no chill. They have no fucks to give. They have no boundaries. They have no borders. There is no privacy. They genuinely don't care. Because today, oh God, today I took Nana to a doctor appointment. Now, I love Nana. I fell in love with Nana the minute I've seen Nana. But Nana needed to go to the doctor, so away we went to the land of dermatology. Y'all ever been to a dermatologist's office lately? I was a good girl and did not think about half the staff licking me up the legs. And as I sat in that waiting room reading my schmooty book, I was not picturing some of the doctors as, the male MC and me, the female MC. I was not. They were not licking me up the legs. I was not imagining nothing. But as I'm reading my book and every now I'm making the old, the look over the book, and going back, I heard a chuckle beside me. And I looked, and there's an older woman sitting there, and she looked at me, and I realized that she had been reading my book with me. And I was waiting, because I knew this was going to go one of two ways. And she looked at me and she went, why do authors always describe a man's penis as a cock? It makes me think that there's a bunch of men running around with little roosters in their pants. What? Oh, don't worry about it. I've seen plenty of dick in my day. I used to be a nurse. Why, there were times that I'd be doing what I was supposed to do, and I'd have to grab them and squeeze them to get the men to calm down. I don't think we're supposed to do that. Oh, there was a few I wouldn't mind getting a hold of in a biblical sense. Yeah, we're really not supposed to do that. But I never did. Except for a few times. We're really not supposed to do that. But don't worry about it. That's because I took them to my house. Are we allowed to do that? Well, that's how I met 3 of my husbands. Okay, she was so totally allowed to do that. It was amazing. And I'm sitting there and she said, I saw you come in here with your grandma. Or is that your mother? I said, no, that's my client. I'm a home health aide. Oh, you're a nurse. No, I'm not a nurse. I would never claim to be a nurse. Y'all are fantastic. Y'all are absolutely magical. Deep respect for the nurses of the world. Deep respect. But I looked at her and I was like, no, I'm not a nurse. I'm just a home health aide. Well, you must know some things about the medical world. Well, yeah, I know enough to get by. Well, what do you think about this? And she pulls her shirt down. Now, I don't know how old that shirt is because that sucker stretched. I don't know if she was wearing a shirt a couple sizes too big, because when I say that sucker stretched, I mean that sucker stretched. And titty just flopped out in the wind looking at me. And what do you think about that growth right there? It was like a car crash on the interstate that I couldn't look away from. I don't know what I was looking at, but her titty grew a titty. And it was really scary looking. It looked like a sock full of quarters just flopping around, hanging off her boobie. But it smelled like old wet cat food. And I looked at her and I went, wow, what is that? She's like, oh, I don't know, but if you squeeze it real hard, and she goes to grab a hold of it, and I went, no, not out here, not out here. You know, people, infection, not out here. And the no that I let out alerted the secretary because she finally looked up, and the look of that came onto her face was crazy because she jumped up and she hit a button on the wall. And next thing I know, a nurse come out and she's like, let's put that away. Let's put that away. You can't be pulling that out here. This young lady is not a professional. Nope. She didn't need to see that. No. Nobody wants to see that right now. Not right now. We don't know. She went, well, I need someone to tell me what it is. It itches like hell, and if you squeeze it, and I knew it was coming. Through her shirt, she grabbed a hold of this thing, and she squeezed it, and the front of her shirt got wet. And then it didn't smell like old wet cat food. It smelled like something else. Something from the deep recesses of my memory when I worked as a CNA that you don't ever want to remember. And the nurse quickly helped her stand up, apologized to me, and escorted her away. And as she's walking back, she turns around, she looks at me, and she goes, I wrote down the name of that book. You weren't paying attention, but I want to see how that ends. Is it a good book? And I looked at her and I said, ma'am, you can't go wrong with the Black Dagger Brotherhood. And she looked at me and she's like, well, they wear a lot of black leather and I'm for that. I remember my leather days. And the nurse was doing one of those, okay, come on, sweetheart. Come on, sweetheart. And she's guiding this woman down the hall, and all I hear as she goes down the hall was, oh, there's nothing wrong with putting leather on a man. Men like to wear leather and be whipped. I've never heard, in a doctor's office, I've never heard a doctor's door slam shut. So hard, so fast. But yeah, sometimes it's just not your client.